Hey everyone, Andre from Team GPT here. We built a collaborative AI workspace for marketing teams and marketing agencies to scale their entire marketing workflow. With Team GPT, you can create projects either with your client or your campaign name. You can utilize various AI models. You can connect your own company knowledge to marketing activities. These are just some of the reasons our companies are choosing us. So let's dive in. So the first thing I'll walk you through is to projects. Projects is where the main work on Team GPT happens. You can either have private projects or shared projects. Private projects are your own projects only visible to you. Think about them as your own individual AI experience that nobody else has access to. In the shared project front, you can have projects that are accessible to whoever you want them to be accessible to. These can be team names, they can be client names, or they can even be campaign names. For example, like we had here, influencer marketing campaign. I'll use the marketing team project as an example. So you can, when you click on the project, first thing you'll see on these three dots is the settings. These projects can be accessible to everyone in the company, only the people you invite, and you can select who should be a member and who should be an owner or who should be removed, or only you. And in this case, it will be a private project. So let's assume your project is now set up. The first thing you'll notice is that you can see the chats and interactions from all the colleagues in this project. And this is super cool because you can reuse a lot of content and see what your team is working on. You can also organize it in various different ways. You can create folders for different types of campaigns, different types of activities that you're doing to keep your information always clear of clutter. Okay, now that we've set up our project, the next thing we're going to do is going to be to set up project knowledge. So I'm going to go to this McDonald's project I have here set up. And if you see on the right, we have this tab here, project knowledge. Think about project knowledge as long-term memory that's always present whenever you're interacting with the AI. Some people also refer to this as a custom GPT, for example. So let's start into the different sections of project knowledge. You have four different areas that you can fill. Number one is project information. In project information, you have essentially a configuration of an assistant. In this case, in the McDonald's project, is an assistant specialized in project, what's its core identity, areas of expertise, and you can see here some of the detail and many more things, like you can see step-by-step approach, KPIs to track, etc. So think about as much information you want to add here to add value to your project, better. Second thing, you have example outputs. And here, think about formatting instructions, output instructions that you want to give. I'll give you an example. If you want to create a blog post, you can add a previous blog post that you added here so the AI can pick up your writing style and tone. The third thing is links. You can add links from the web. You can see the McDonald's website, Team GPT's website, and so on. The AI will scrape its website and use it as context. And the last few things are files. So you can add commercial agreements, compliance guidelines, brand guidelines, and amongst some other things. And if you don't want to upload the files, you can simply connect them with Google Drive, OneDrive, SharePoint, or Notion, where your work happens the most. So now that we have this set up, we can start interacting and creating content. So the next thing we're going to do after setting up project knowledge is to go into our prompt library. So think about the prompt library as the place where your most common AI use cases and marketing use cases can be set up so that you create them once and everyone in your team can then access them. This will save a huge amount of time. You can set up folders and subfolders of different prompts that the team can then use. So you'll see like you'll have ad copy generation, attribution analysis, audio and strength. But think about the possibilities are endless. One of the things that we realize is people want help build better prompts. So for whatever the task you have at hand, you can also use our prompt builder to enhance what you're trying to achieve. So in this case, I'll create a marketing campaign to launch a new McDonald's burger. I'll click continue, and it's going to ask me a few questions back. I'll say Gen Z, humorous, and social media as channels. So you can see it asks me some questions back automatically, and this is an agentic-based prompt builder, so it will think about the questions and it will give me the output. We see, and we have the output. It's a very lengthy prompt that will take me a lot of time to do it on my own. So you're a seasoned marketer with specialized in quick service restaurant industry. You're tasked with developing comprehensive market campaign, etc., etc. This is a format, and so on. So immediately my AI output is going to be better because this prompt is so in-depth. So the thing I did is I saved it to my prompt library. So you can now see, like if I scroll down, there's a new prompt that popped up here, which is this prompt that we worked on. And now I can click and use it simply. My target audience is Gen Z, tone humorous, and marketing channel social media. I'm going to apply this prompt and it has incorporated what I said. So now we're inside this project, and what you'll see is that it's taking into account all the project knowledge we've set up. We have an extremely good prompt, and we're going to press play. So it's now going to give us the output and the plan. So the prompt, as you can see, is coming to life. Okay, now that we have the output of the AI, there's a few things I want to show you here. So first of all, you can create chats with any AI model. So here we have O3 4.1 from chat-gpt, Gemini, DeepSeek, Claude 3.7 Sonnet, Sonar from Perplexity, Sonar Pro, Sonar Reasoning. So one of the big value propositions of Team GPT is that we're model agnostic. So if for certain tasks, O3 would be better, Perplexity will be better on others. So you can pick and choose the model based on the task you want to do. And this is super important because it will give you a lot of flexibility in the same platform. So the next thing I want to show you is this button here, Add Context. You can simply click or use the Add button in the chat and the context will pop up. Context is our way of giving you access to the things you need the most as fast as possible. Context will come in 4 forms. You'll have instructions, web pages, files, or images. These again can be private or shared across the team. In our case, we've set up some of the ones that are important to us. So the Team GPT website, but also the brand voice for this project. So I'll give you an example. If I want to click on brand voice, it will now be accessible in this chat. And let's assume it's the McDonald's brand voice. Immediately, this chat will now have this instruction in mind and this brand voice in mind, so that my output is again much better and in line with what I'm looking for. Okay, now we have added our brand voice, and we have our output of the campaign we've been working on. The next thing I'm going to do is to fine-tune the final details. I'm going to turn it into a page. So when you turn into a page, it's essentially going to give me the option to edit certain parts of the text. And I'll, for instance, come here onto the right. And let's say I don't like this call to action. I can simply delete it. And I can start editing right away on the spot. So, okay, I don't need this last part on measuring and reporting, or I want it a little bit differently. I can prompt and make it more detailed. And I can prompt certain parts of the text so that I can really fine tune what I want in the output, but not have to prompt again and reutilize the same prompt. So I'll kind of replace it right away. But you can see the idea. So we can immediately on the spot adjust whatever we want to adjust. We can also add headings, subheadings, lists, paragraphs, code blocks, tables, images, and so on. So this is super cool because you don't have to prompt continuously to get to the output you want. And also you don't have to copy the work to another platform like a Google Doc or a Word doc to finish it. You can simply finish it here. If you want to type, you can start typing. And when you're done, you copy and you can push it whatever you want to push. Okay, now we'll go back to the main section and I'll show you how tools look like. Think about tools as typical workflows that marketers have that we're facilitating in an easy to understand way. So you'll see you have the prompt builder here, you have the YouTube navigator and the social media post generator. So let's start with this one. So let's say I want to create a content idea, but I wanted to do it for different platforms. So what I can do here is select platforms. I want to say I want to do a blog post, a social media post announcing McDonald's new burger for, let's say, vegans. And the goal is engagement, professional, humorous, and the audience is general. And I'll select platforms I've selected them before, I click generate, and we'll see the output. So you see immediately we have output and types of posts for the different platforms. And this has in mind what are the platform's main criteria and like in word counts and limitations and so on. Similar to this, we also have a YouTube video navigator, for example, where you can simply paste a YouTube video link. So let's say this one, for example, and that I have from before. It's an interview with Toto Wolff. And if the video is too long, I don't want to watch it, I can simply get the key points and a summary. And I can also use it as context that they can then add to the project. If I want to click on certain parts, I'll jump straight into it, and the AI will save me a lot of time. So this is the tool section where we're going into kind of agentic workflows to get the work done faster and teach people how to use AI, which is very important. The last thing I'm going to show you is the reports. So we're very focused on AI adoption, and one of the things that's super important is to measure how the teams are using it. So we've created these reports that give admins full visibility on how the team is using the AI. So we have traction, usage reports on active usage, breakdown by segment, who's been using it the most over the last few days, how many messages, what projects have more interactions, and who are the power users, regular users, beginners, and inactive users. So this will give decision makers a complete overview of how the platform is being used, and so that you can track better the return on investment. So if you like this demo, you want to chat, feel free to book about a demo or sign up for the free trial. We'd be more than happy to help. Thanks a lot. See you later.